Hey guys, what is going on? So first things first, I'm recording this on my iPhone. I just really went into like a random classroom. I just pulled it out, figured I'd make this video really quick. And sorry, so I do apologize if the video is off or if the audio is off in some sort. And like I said, I literally walked into a random classroom and I just started recording. But I have just installed iOS 10.1.1 on my iPhone 6, and we're gonna go take a look at it and see if it's worth it. Maybe if you should, update or not. The update was pretty large. It took a little bit of time. The phone got a little bit heated, but it didn't heat as much as the iPhone 5S that I just did the other day. And strangely enough, I'm going to blur out some of this other stuff down here, but strangely enough, the capacity for when on iOS 9.3.5, there's more memory available on an iOS 10 update than there was an iOS 9.3.5 update, which is kind of weird because you'd think with more features and stuff, it would take up more memory or more storage, but it didn't. So in this case, if you update your phone and it's a clean restore and I guess you deleted the old restore, whatever, you will be able to have more memory on your phone. So I guess that's one plus of iOS 10. But all in all, it's pretty smooth. I haven't really noticed anything battery-wise, anything significant. The biggest thing that I've seen, that the biggest update has probably been the control center, and this is where the biggest gripe for me is. Like, if I'm turning up the bright, like it's cool that they put two slides here for the music and then for the brightness here, but if I'm like in a really fast situation where I have to turn up the brightness or something, I just whip out my phone and then I just turn the brightness. Sometimes it gets caught and then I just end up doing this. I end up going into the music thing, and that's super annoying. Like, even now, I literally just tapped it and it doesn't move. You have to precisely hold on to it and then move this brightness. That's one thing that I can find really annoying with this. I really had no problem with the music being here, but I really don't know why they had to put it in a separate tab. I don't even think there's just so much empty space right here, and I don't think Night Shift has to have its own tab and these things. I hopefully Apple in the next coming updates, they will be able to rearrange this whole thing, figure out what apps can go here. Maybe there's a jailbreak tweak that can do that, but since there's no jailbreak in iOS 10, that's not even an option. But don't let that stop you from updating. There have been some improvements. One little tweak that made me really happy on iOS 10 is that, say you're watching a video on YouTube through Safari. Maybe this worked on Chrome before, but on Safari, in order to get out of the video, you'd have to click done, and then if you wanted to see the comments or something, you'd have to scroll down, you have to click there. But now you can have it playing while you're searching through. So you click this, you click the tiny little arrow thing in the bottom right hand corner, and it pulls it back into the web screen right here, and it's still playing, which is so dope. So you can go down, you can still listen to it, you can go read the comments of how ugly I am and whatnot, and then you can go back up and the video will still be playing, which is super dope. I love that feature. It does seem a little bit more responsive than scrolling through and stuff like that. It seems a little bit more faster on iOS 10. I kind of gave iOS 10 a bad rep in my video on my iPhone 5 video because it did seem a little bit more glitchy. But on newer devices like the iPhone 6, not the newest devices, but newer devices, it runs things pretty fast. So here I'm gonna go Safari, whatever it loads. I go into settings. Let's go into Gboard. Kind of a weird app to go into. Let's go into Mail. Let's go into Maps. And I don't forget there's only 1 gig of RAM, so it might delete things in the background. But as you can see, it's still super, I don't know why it glitched right there. But as you can see, it's still super, just scrolling through random scrolling. It still seems super, super, super responsive. And it's still loading, and it's still really the stability and everything has improved a little bit. I feel like it's overall snappier and faster than iOS 10. iOS 9.3.5. I don't have a lot of apps installed. The only app that I installed was Gboard. And so I don't know if I'm really highly qualified to answer that. But from the first boot, I feel like it's a little bit faster. And they also have the widgets tab over here where you can add widgets. Even on my iPhone, I really don't even use it ever. I feel like if you could add the widgets right here on the home screen, that would have been a lot cooler to do and a lot more useful. But I feel like it's on the side. It's just one more thing I rarely ever go on this thing. iMessage is pretty cool too now with this update. It's a lot cooler to type and whatnot. I really just random typing. They added a lot more features. You can now scribble, and you can send little drawing things to people. There we go. And you can send a little drawing to somebody. It's kind of cool. I haven't really used it yet ever, but I guess if you want to send a quick drawing to somebody, I guess you have that feature. And you can also play games through it as well. I played Connect 4 with somebody the other day, and there's really not much I can say there. You can just play Connect 4. I don't really see why you would, but hopefully they come out with more cooler games than that. But battery life, I'm guessing, is probably the same. I have the iOS 10 on my iPhone that I use currently, and the battery life has been probably the same. I kind of feel like it's worse. I don't really want to say that yet because I am running an Apple Watch that I'm making a video about soon, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. but I feel like the battery life is probably the same, a little bit worse on my iPhone. So it's probably expect that same thing on the iPhone 6. And another thing that might bother some people is that when you go into the home screen, if you go to the left, there's like that widgets tab that's already in the home screen. So I really don't know why they added it there. If you go to the right, that takes you to the camera. If you go to the home screen and you want to type in your password, you have to click the home button again. If you don't already have, if you have a lock screen set or you have a password set. For phones that or iPads that do not have a fingerprint sensor, you have to click it again in order to type in your password. So hopefully Apple comes out with another update that fixes that or removes that you have to you have to tap the button. It seems really unnecessary. But all in all, if you're still on iOS 9.3.5, I would say stick with it maybe. Update if you want to. I really don't see, I don't know why I updated. I updated because I had to sync the Apple Watch to my phone, and you can't use an older version. You have to use the newest version. So that's how Apple traps people, is that they just like, in order to use some new device, you have to update to the newest software. So I was like, all right, screw it, I'll just do it. But I would say stick with iOS 9.3.5 or whatever version you're on. If you're on iOS 10, I would say update to iOS 10.1.1. It fixes a lot of bugs. It's way more stable, I would say. Even on my iPhone 5S, I was noticing it was a little bit more stable and a little bit less glitchy. I would say that iPhone 5S that I have now is almost like, is literally scrolling and stuff is almost as fast as an iPhone SE, which is surprising to me. Obviously, it's not as fast if you play games or load up a game. It's probably slower, but just overall scrolling, like scrolling in the home screen and stuff, they seem pretty same thing almost. So hope you guys like this video. Definitely leave a like if you liked it at all. Comment what you guys think of the iOS 10 update, if it was good, if it was bad. The iOS 10.2 beta came out. I recently dropped a video of that on my iPhone 5S. Let me know if I should do that on the iPhone 6 as well. Subscribe if you're new. That definitely means I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. It probably happened, but I need every single one of your guys' support in order to do that. I'm on Snapchat as well. That is Simple Alpaca. That'll be on the screen somewhere, so you can just snap the code. Probably in the next couple hours, I'll be snapping people back that I usually do. So stay tuned for that. I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.